And now we can
Like,
all
I
think
cut
it
little
together
bits and
on
pieces.
stream.
Not only through a door, across a courtyard into another room.
Yeah. Anywho, welcome to stream. We're live.
Yeah. Oh, hey.
I'm remembering how to do these streams. Give me a second. We're all doing great. It's fun. Hi, Jeeb. How's it going? We're live. I know. Strange, but true. Strange, but true. I have Flat Cat. We also have Scrumbles, my friend. We are joined today by a bear, an Oobs, and a Ragdoll.
Yeah.
Only one of each. Don't get greedy.
I mean, if you manage to find a second version of me, tell them to pick up the slack. We got a lot of work to do for fall.
Yep, everyone's already well underway. Bear's already drawing musculature.
I'm finishing up my lunch.
Remember how bodies work.
Because I started my lunch late, and it is spicy, so I can't eat it quickly.
So how we all doing? Is it all very hot where you are?
Yes, but I've stayed inside, so I'm kind of okay.
What is the temperature outside right now? I mean, that's not bad for this time of year. Let me change that to Celsius, though. It is 32 degrees Celsius outside right now, or 89 freedom units, which for mid to late June isn't actually all that bad.
It's still quite a lot.
Is it humid warm or is it actual warm?
Yeah, is it a dry heat?
Well, right now it's a windy heat. So I'm in a landlocked state, which you would think means that, oh, not a whole lot of humidity, not a whole lot of water. Except we have a lot of man-made lakes because of dams. So it actually does get fairly humid around here. Not like horrid, but more than you would expect from a place that doesn't have ocean access. Now I'm saying that 32C isn't all that bad for this time of year because, actually, let me convert that. Because usually around this time of year, we get into the triple digits in Fahrenheit. And 100 degrees Fahrenheit is 38 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, that's too much.
And those are times of the year when people just don't do much outside. At least not much active outside.
Good.
That's classic, just sit on a breezy porch with a fan and a giant pitcher of sweetened iced tea.
Well, that sounds lovely. Unfortunately, our heat wave arrives tomorrow and throughout the next week, which is when I'm back to work. Hooray!
Heat wave has already been here. I think it's gonna cool off a little bit next week. Let me check. Because we're going on team building with the office on Friday. I think it's gonna be like 25 degrees Celsius
Ooh.
at sea. So.
Well, and a lot of your buildings aren't built for like surviving in hot weather. I remember, I don't remember what year it was, but a while back, the scout troop
our
that I
buildings?
work with. Well, UK. I don't know about where you're at.
Yeah,
scout
there
troop
is no
that
air conditioning. There is no air conditioning. That is not a thing.
Yeah, so your buildings probably have the same problems that Cresp is having then. Because, yeah, the scout troop that I work with went over to the UK one summer, did a bunch of touristy stuff, and I remember distinctly walking around outside in the London area. This was late June, I think. Late June, early July, somewhere in there. And I remember distinctly walking around outside and feeling fine. And then we decided to make a stop at one of the museums. I think it was the Natural History Museum. And we walked in and I was just immediately, no, we cannot stay in here. This is horrid.
Well, it is like a giant, it is a giant ceiling of glass, isn't it? I don't remember.
The main foyer, yeah. The main area that used to have the Diplodocus.
There was some neat things in the Natural History Museum, but
it's a good place. Do recommend.
Stay there for very long.
Yeah, we only went there because we had a couple of hours in between our train from Belgium to and our train from London to Edinburgh. Yeah, like too short to like go somewhere significant because for some reason the train stations are away from everything in London, which is so weird. I'm so used to that being in like dead center with like things around, like things to eat.
Yeah, that's a little odd. See, my mother and I did that we had one day where it was a sort of free day asterisk, where it's hey, you guys can wander around the London area, and everyone was given a bus pass, good for the day. And basically it was here's some places that you could go. You are leaving at this time, you have to be back at where we're sleeping at this time, and you have to make sure that you are in groups with at least X number of people, at least Y of them being adults. So it was just a wander around on the bus, see the sights. Got to ride in one of those double-decker buses and be a little nervous as it was making turns.
Oh yeah,
they do it all the time. It's fun.
In Scotland, there's public double-decker buses, and it was oof. I did get nauseous in the turns because there's like because it's like on the left side of the road. If the road is going straight, I'm fine. There's like no, okay, I'm driving left, everything is good. There's something about when the bus goes on a roundabout or like makes any turn, it's like, no. No, that's not right. This isn't right. We're gonna hit people. We're gonna cause a collision.
I'm not sure if they were designed to make turns, which is weird for something that is used frequently inside of places that have a lot of weird roundabouts, because they were designed for, like, horse and buggy.
I mean, unless you got a particularly old one, you were probably on a fairly modern vehicle that has been designed to make a turn. It just might not feel familiar.
It's just engineered. It feels worse than it probably is. It just, you're not supposed to sit this high on a bus.
Yeah.
Like, buses aren't supposed to be that high.
You're quite far away from the center of gravity. That feels strange.
Yeah.
Yes, Jeeb,
Indeed feel.
I'm having a doodle of Centois.
Oh god, that thing, yeah. Yep, that, when I saw that on the picture, I was just kind of like, well, nobody cared enough to look at this before they decided to sell it.
Yeah, for people not in the know, at this point, fairly typical AI monstrosity was shared. There was ostensibly like a kind of kids illustration with numbers and letters and cute animals, and the various of the animals had too many limbs, including a turtle tortoise with at least 6. And so I posited the idea of a Centois. So I'm going to try and actually draw it deliberately, like with hands, like a person.
I thought it was like a D&D creature that exists.
It might do. Probably. I mean, D&D is made up of millions and millions of people's ideas, so it's probably in there somewhere. Hi, miss! I'm not drawing the fox. That's somebody else's responsibility, and I won't show it on stream.
Why, you need a fox.
I do think the Epsilon joke was very funny, though, even if I'm the only one out of the group who really got it.
Yay! Embed its audience.
The target audience of 1.
Yeah.
It's an infinitesimally small audience, which is another joke that is only really for one of the group in this call.
I'll have you know, 1 is massive.
I committed to this drawing, and I'm gonna have to finish it, but I'm not gonna be excited about it.
Whoosh! Those eyes.
Yeah, I'm struggling.
Whoa.
I'm struggling.
It's fun. I like the movement of it. Dynamism. Is that the word?
Dynamic.
Yeah.
Something.
Meanwhile, in the back corner, we have ears.
Big ears.
Them some ears.
Large ears.
Lorg.
Why are we talking about a fox's third leg?
That was in the AI image as well.
Again, no one looked at the picture before they decided to sell it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I've just remembered the context for it, which was that Miss shared it, ostensibly described as a new piece of zebra art. There was no zebra. So yes, nobody looked at it.
Needing reference for my own character.
Didn't notice the zebra. I know, they're so camouflaged, those things.
Yeah, those stripes make them hard to see.
Did see a zebra
Except
at the
that's not
zoo.
even how the stripes work.
I've now seen a zebra in real life. Alongside like 50 other animals I had not seen before. I was saying, so for reference, on holiday, I mentioned that I'd never been to a zoo before, and friends did what friends do and went, right, we're going to a zoo. So got to see some cool stuff. And I remarked as I was going around that because this was a new experience for me, and I'm 34 years old, I had to keep reminding myself when I was looking at an animal that I'm looking at an animal. I'm not looking at a screen, I'm not looking at an animatronic. This is a real living thing that is standing in front of me. And now, I thought that was funny when I said that, but it was generally met with sympathy.
No, it was like me with mountains. I'm like, the mountains aren't real. They can't be real. That's only something that's in movies.
Mountains are real and they can hurt you.
One of these days, I'm going to take all of you to either Colorado or the Appalachians and just frighten the bejesus out of you in different directions.
Did we ascertain they were black with white stripes? Is that even a statement that makes sense? Oh, Mrs. Directed your attention, Oobs, to the picture if you want to see it.
Yeah, I saw it. The third leg. There was it. Yep.
Also some good books that are melting into each other. Again, standard AI didn't even try fair.
And Miss is technically correct. Miss does technically live at the foot of the Appalachians. Because the Appalachians are older than bones? Literally?
It's a weird way of saying it.
So they existed before before continental drift. So most of the Appalachians are on the east side of the United States, and then some of them are just over on the other side of the ocean.
They're Pangea original.
Yep. But yeah, there's some cave systems in the Appalachians where...
Oh wait, I'm supposed to be carrying a torch, that's right.
If you explore in the caves, so a lot of the time if it's like, oh, we've got like tectonic activity happened, it has revealed fossils. There are no fossils in these caves because the caves were formed before things that could turn into fossils were formed. Which is fun and frightening.
Good time.
So a lot of sinkholes and caverns. You gotta be really careful going caving in the Appalachians. They don't always let you out.
Haven't sharks... Oh, this is going to be a very non-specific and misleading fact. Haven't sharks, like, been around so long they've survived multiple extinction events? Like, they're way older than you'd think they are.
Yeah, you seeing like with crocodiles, I think.
Shark facts? I wouldn't go so far as to call it a fact.
It's a shark question at the very most.
A rhetorical shark concept.
The concept of shark.
Feel free to do all the fact checking for me. Thank you very much.
You heard it here, folks. Lewis is old as balls.
Not individual sharks.
I have never been to an aquarium either, so he's not alone in that. I have been to like one of those sea mammal thingies. That was very sad.
You're really selling me on it.
It's just, I don't know, man. There's like a theme park next to it, and it was just kind of like run down already. I don't think it was selling very well.
I mean, it turns out aquariums are kind of expensive to maintain. And there's a lot of animals that don't do well when you take them from big open ocean and put them in confined tank.
What the fuck is this?
Oops.
I found the blend tool, but it's, it's not really blending.
Oh, that's the liquefy tool.
Why is it doing that?
Blend tool is the paintbrush with the drop on it.
Oh, right. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, you're just
I must have misclicked.
you're just grabbing and squidging pixels around rather than blending them together, which is a fun thing to do. It's a good way to make smoke. Can recommend. Want to make wispy smoke. Just people saying things in chat. Never gone to a zoo before this trip. That also means I've never been to an aquarium. When it was brought up just now, I was like, oh, I have been to an aquarium. And then I thought back and I'm like, no, I went to a big pet shop that had a lot of tanks of fish. It's not quite an aquarium, really.
Not quite the same thing.
No, not really. So yeah, the answer is no, I've also not been to an aquarium. Next trip. Wherever we're going, find an aquarium. The zoo was nice, I like the zoo. Chill time. There was a lovely... One of the first things we saw when we went into the zoo was there was an elephant enclosure.
Oh.
And a bunch of them walking around, big ones, small ones. One of them was in timeout. And in the middle there was this, like, collection of stones and a grate into which the zookeepers presumably put a bunch of straw and hay for them to eat whatever it is they eat. And so they were all sort of crowding around it, having a chomp. And a little bab elephant plodded up to it, had a chomp of some of the straw, and then went, "This is great!" Flomped down, laid on it, and started eating it while laying on it. It's like, that's the life. Just lay down in your food as you eat it. Good times.
Decadence.
Sheer decadence of a baby
Sure,
elephant.
decadence. It reminds me of the video of the person just feeding their cat treats, but the cat's asleep. But they're just holding the treat up to the mouth. Their mouth is open. It just stays asleep. Oh. People are getting it. Iris has fur, which is odd because it's like probably the most prominent thing. Weird thing to forget.
Hello, I have never seen a fish. You are correct. Correction, I have never seen a fish that wasn't battered.
I'm giving up on this drawing. It's fine.
I still like the pose. Pose is good. Keep pose. Try again later.
We are going to minimum.
Exactly. There's
Shove
no
it
such.
into a corner.
There's no such thing as a
God,
fish,
it's
which is why I've never seen.
been a long time since I went fishing. Probably well over a decade at this point.
I have been fishing. My several of my family members are keen anglers.
Now what to draw?
This
Dunno.
is recommending a villain and a Tumblr sexy man, which may be two parts of the same recommendation.
Mermaid.
Also,
Tumblr sexy
mermaid
mermaid.
also may be part of the same
You
recommendation.
know how I am about drawing men. I can't do it.
Oh yeah. You don't have to be a man to be a Tumblr sexy man. We know this.
What? I'm trying to. Do I invent a new sexy man or do I draw the ones there?
There's more than one. Doesn't have to be the Onceler. Could be though.
Okay, let me Google Tumblr sexy man.
What about your new
Just
original OC
ruin-
Do Not Steal, the Twiceler?
I love that there's a Wikipedia for Tumblr sexy man.
It's a wiki for
I
everything.
mean, my first suggestion was going to be you could draw the original Tumblr sexy man, Cecil Baldwin from Welcome to Night Vale.
Oh, yeah, but I never listened to Welcome to Night Vale, and I don't want to steal. I don't know. I always feel weird about drawing podcast people
Yeah.
because I don't have like a
Just cover him in an unsettling amount of purple eyes, and everyone will get it.
Make sure they're
That's
purple.
how I draw John. That's how I draw John Archivist.
That's what I was going to say. Make sure they're
Wow.
purple, not green.
Oh, that's really art green.
What?
I have to find a list.
Oh, and now that you've said that out loud, I need to go see if there's any Welcome to Night Vale and Magnus Archive crossovers, because that would be hilarious, because you've got two men who are definitely dealing with the horrors associated with eyeballs, and are handling it vastly different ways.
I found a tier list of Tumblr sexy man.
Oh.
I'm gonna share.
Oh, I didn't see it at all, miss, so don't worry about it. Twitch has been doing this fun thing. Twitch being glitchy, yeah, sure. Where whenever I ban, or whenever I send a report to Twitch saying, "Hey, this is a bot, kill them," they tend to send me an email saying, "We have received your report," and then later an email saying, "We have actioned your report." They've recently been doing a thing where they've just been sending me a bunch of the second one. Just like, "We've received your report. We've actioned your report. We've actioned your report. We've actioned your report. We have actioned your report." Like, great.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at the tier list.
There is a tier list. Look at all these sexy men.
I love. Why is
Barney
Grim so far down? That is unacceptable.
This is Barney from Half-Life.
Why is Frollo on there? Also, I don't know the thing that's an F.
Hang on, let me get a bigger version of this.
I feel like some of these aren't Tumblr sexy men so much as
Yeah.
they're characters that people outside of Tumblr assume are Tumblr sexy men.
Yeah.
Like,
So we get-
Jack Frost, fair. Sans, also fair.
Wario is
Our lovely, friendly fish friend from Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom also fare.
Oh my god, the creature from
Kuzma is your boy.
also the clock from Don't. What is the Touch Me? I'm scared. The clock.
That one I
Don't hug
sort
me,
of
I'm scared, right?
understand.
Don't have
There
me.
were, at the time, when it was like new and
time.
big, a lot of blogs that would make humanized versions of the various
Oh.
characters in that, but
No,
Sasuke does not belong on there. He is not a Tumblr sexy man.
yeah, no, he's just an edgelord. I do have beef with Grim from Hollow Knight being tier C. Not right. That is not right.
Yeah, I thought I knew what constituted a Tumblr sexy man, but if this is it, I don't think there are any criteria.
No, this is. I mean, some of these are correct, and some of these are at least a similar aesthetic to Tumblr sexy men.
I don't think there's enough Tumblr sex men to put on a tier list. It
Yeah,
is
I
a
don't think
very
so. Like, some
coveted.
of these are definitely characters that are popular on Tumblr for various reasons, but they don't quite meet the criteria for Tumblr sexy men. Like, I see we have Detroit Become Human robot there in A tier. If anything, I would argue that the grizzled old detective is the Tumblr sexy man out of the two main characters there.
Also, who actually cares about the main character from Corpse Bride?
Oh yeah, there was a guy, wasn't there?
Yeah, exactly.
I've only seen that film once and I forgot about him. You got a point.
Phantom of the Opera predates Tumblr.
So, I think it fits though.
This is definitely a, like, you're stretching the definition here a bit.
Yeah, I'm seeing a tier list. It has Anakin Skywalker on there. That is not.
No.
No. He does not belong there. Get him out.
Oh yeah, Cicero.
Oh. Harley Quinn is on this one. That's funny.
That fails on multiple counts. Well, clearly my next boss brush is going to be Tumblr sexy men ranking. As I draw them all.
Now, Jack Skellington, that's a sir. That is true.
Hi, Blamps!
Okay.
Locked out of your character's a bad copyright.
Jack Skellington also technically retains Tumblr, but I will allow that because his popularity as a sexy man is still there.
Yeah.
And yeah, he does still fall into that category. But Fan of the Opera, nope.
In a lot of ways, Jack Skellington is the blueprint.
I was going to say something that was relevant to Blamps and I've now forgotten what it was. But that's fine.
Also, the Geico Gecko is on here. That's definitely out.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's more, it's a popular, it's a meme, but it's not a sexy.
Yeah, I think this person just made a list of, like, inexplicably popular characters on Tumblr.
Then why is the Plinko horse not on there? Which is the... How dare you? This one Grimm's in, like, I don't know you tier. How dare you? That is my ex-husband. That is the father of my child.
Where is the colour of the sky? Many things are missed. I don't see a single colour theory.
Where's Apollo's dodgeball?
Ranking needs one of those.
Yeah, that ranking needs one of those like form purist, functional, radical type alignment charts. Yeah.
What does that mean?
That's
Oops.
okay. Let me see if I can find.
Explain your fun words. I like them. But do not understand them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Plamps found an example.
Ah. Explainable.
I mean, not with this
me.
specifically, but the alignment chart. So you have a thing, and you've got like two axes. You've got function and form. So you've got function purist, function neutral, function rebel, form purist, form neutral, form rebel. Where it basically becomes sort of more unhinged as you go down with like what even is this?
Yeah, it's like the chaotic good, neutral, the chaotic. Yeah, you know it. You love it.
I feel like that would be a thing that would be interesting to make for the Tumblr sexy men, because there's some in here where it's like, yeah, in theory they could be, but they're just effectively not. Tumblr Sexy Men Contest, Jonathan Sims, Manfred von Karma. Why is Manfred von Karma on there?
What? I would just like to point out that this alignment chart has itself nested inside it. Which is always fun.
That's great. I love that. Also, I did not see one edge rope in there, which is false information.
Oh, he's just typically sexy, it's fine.
He's married.
Don't ship him, he's married.
Hi, Bet. We're having normal conversations. How are you doing? Oh, I remembered one of my facts. Jeeb. They have announced Pikuniku 2. I feel like that should have been directed directly at Jeeb. It's a different atmosphere. It's 3D this time, but it is Pikuniku 2. Oh, there's Akira. I didn't see Akira. There's too many green. There's too many green in chat. Pikuniku 2.
Yeah, everyone is just a shade of green right now, except for Miss on my end. That's bizarre.
And what is yellow if not a cousin of green? That was one thing. Other things. I remember my fact from yesterday, which I said before the stream but not on stream. Which is that in the localization for Grandia 2, for the German translation of the game, it was evidently quite rushed, because if you miss an attack, instead of Miss popping up, it says Fraulein.
Oh, you did say that.
I mentioned that before the stream, I didn't mention it on stream. What was my fact of today, though? I had a fact for today, and it's gone. Oh, yes! Fact for today. It unfortunately starts with the word Disney, but it does end with the word Muppets. So apparently Disney, one of their parks or whatever, they have they needed animatronics for Scooter the Muppet to be introducing something or other. I don't know what it was. And so their peculiarly named Imagineers, i.e. animatronic specialists, set about making an animatronic of Scooter, for which they mocapped Scooter. They put a Muppet in a mocap suit and got the puppeteer to do all the motions, mocapped it, and then got the animatronic to exactly mimic that motion. So there is footage online, if you want to see, of a Muppet in a mocap suit. being motion captured for an animatronic. That's my fact of the day.
I mean, I get it, but also that's fucking hilarious. It's kind of like I'm mildly reminded of. Apparently, there was one interview they were doing with the Muppets, like TV interview, where they were like setting up all of the tech, making sure everything worked, and everyone was just kind of like, "Why isn't the mic picking up his voice? Why can't we hear him?" And then someone pointed out that they had attached the microphone to the Muppet instead of the person, you know,
Yeah.
speaking. Okay,
What
I'll
are
be right
the
back. I need to put it back.
properties? What are the properties of a Tumblr sexy man?
I think if you can define it, it doesn't work. You know what I mean?
That is true. Fuck! I was gonna invent one.
It unconventionally attractive. The average person on the street would not understand what is attractive about them. I think that's probably a starting point. I don't know why I'm the one giving specifics here, because I don't know what makes anyone attractive.
Honestly, the Fae with the long legs we met in Grim Hollow would probably a Tumblr sexy.
Oh yeah. Agreed.
Just generally long legs. And the sassy stance.
Don't bring up Ben and Trilo. We've escaped that. We don't have to think about it anymore.
Thief. So I'm basically just wrong to Fae again.
Yeah.
Just love thief.
More is. And thieves. Oh yeah, you're on it now. Clamp, during our little friend trip, Clamp happily showed me the DS to show that they were on where they were in the Phoenix Wright case, and they were at the hospital. And I was like, good luck with that. Good luck with Gropey McStrangeman. Yeah, then you met the guy. Bet sending you down traumatizing rabbit holes. Like Watership Down.
Yeah. Wait, the movie or the series?
I don't know, I haven't seen any.
I feel like that's traumatizing even if you're not inside the rabbit holes.
The series is just cute. The movie, though. Just long faces.
Ooh, I come back to some nice spindly horror oobs art.
Gotta love it.
That creature. Although that's actually reminding me, it's on hiatus right now because the main author artist has been doing some work for Disney and was sick and tired of trying to talk with legal about will they try and sue her if she's working on her own projects while working on Spider-Man. So she's just like, cool, I'll just put this on the back burner and release a whole bunch of stuff when I'm done. And it's fantasy, but it's got these weird hints of like, I see an apocalypse happen beforehand. That's odd. But one of the interesting design decisions she did. So it's got like your typical fantasy races of like there's orcs and there's elves and whatnot. But instead of turning dark elves, quote unquote, into just like elf but purple, which is what a lot of things do, she decided to make them more distinct from the surface-dwelling elves, and one of those things is they've got these interesting bat-like ears and sharp teethies.
Teeths? Was it, we very briefly stepped into the world of Victoriana RPG, and I think the version of orcs in that one had like moth features, like little antennae and stuff like that. People have fun with designs, I like that. Oh, was it the robots? Are these robots? Are these the robots, Bear? Yeah. I remember talk of the robots. Oh, the phase embracing a little bit of what's her name? Resident Evil lady.
Oh, Lady Dimitrescu.
That's the one. Got a bit of Faye Dimitrescu. Instead of tall hat, what if wide hat?
Wide.
Why?
Totally. Well, let's try to make this into something.
Let's see. Here's good.
I can read messages aloud. Oobs and I know how to make someone look evil when stood next to someone of the same species. Cough, Celadon, cough, cough.
What do we have? What?
I do not know what I just said, but I said it.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know what the last thing I saw was that I thought, wow, that's just a Celadon again. And I can't remember what it was, but it was just the same energy of just put on some black lipstick and a black outfit. And that's the transformation from good to evil. It's the most evilest person in the whole world. Celadon from Dark Crystal. Putting on her god off outfit.
I assume it was a dramatic transformation.
I mean, obviously.
Oh yes, Kira, this having a crack at drawing Peregrine. I'm gonna say for reference a lot, because a lot's happened between drawing streams. We did a Monster of the Week RPG on holiday, and I played a chap called Peregrine. Who was our group collectively was washed up BuzzFeed Unsolved, basically. And between mine and Lewis's characters, we were the paranormal experts. And we were very competent.
I believe you. Kind of.
Hey demons, it's me, your boy.
It's your boy.
that was Plamps' character, Scout. Does it bring you joy?
It does bring me so much joy. It's so funny. Just the imagining like the run through of the scene of like, yeah, now she's gonna put on her black lipstick and she's gonna do a dramatic turn. Like, I don't know if we have to take it serious or not. It was like a skit.
I think I don't know if we're meant to take it seriously or not is already a damning. Like,
I feel like if you're asking yourself the question of any sort of like story bit, are we supposed to take this seriously? The answer is either no, or the answer is yes, and you're going to have a very bad time. Because it's either yeah, you don't take this too seriously, it's fine, or the creator takes this way too seriously and it's going to be horrid.
I'm gonna send this to Dark. Why not make me the shadow creature?
You look out the window and you see a very large hat.
And just a demon absolutely serving.
I mean, you gotta know how to make an entrance.
You've sculpted some form there since last I looked.
Yeah, it kind of got away from me a little.
No, I think it's still well within your grasp.
Yeah.
Can you hear people again? Whomst, what happened? What happened?
What happened?
What happened? Earphones, boo! They cute. Those cute little robots. I know they've got a more specific name, but I forgot what it was.
Bear, this character looks very happy and excited.
Rodents. Thank you.
And I love them already. I would totally watch an 80s epic fantasy movie about this bat-eared man.
Well, bad news, it's a sci-fi. I assume, I don't really know much detail. Then again, old fantasy and sci-fi
The
did have a
line
lot of
between the two is so fine, to the point that I think both of my libraries just stick them all in the same category in the shelves.
So many fantasies end up having sci-fi in them somewhere. Remember the first time I noticed that was in one of the Might and Magic games, not the Heroes, the just normal Might and Magics. Don't know which one of them. And you're just wandering around Fantasyland doing fantasy things, and then whoops, you're in a spaceship.
Yeah, I mean one of the first intended for adults series that I read as a child, were the Dragon Riders of Pern books, which, looking back on those as an adult, it's like, yes, I see. All right then. But Anne McCaffrey had this interesting thing where she just like straight up mixed the two of them. So for a lot of the books, you sit there and go, okay, cool, we've got this fantasy world different from our own, weird stuff coming from the sky, there's dragons that are psychic, yada yada yada. And then you read some of more stories as the like world and lore expands, and you find out that the humans on this planet are descendant from humans from Earth who traveled to this planet on the spaceship, got stuck because of the stuff falling from the sky that's causing problems in all of the other books, and genetically modified the local fauna to become giant psychic dragons that bond with humans to fight it off. So it's like, well, okay then.
Okay.
Oop.
I don't think I've read a.
I hear
I don't
Ripticle.
think I've read a full-on science fiction book. I don't really like science fiction, which is weird. I don't like read. I like watching it, but I don't like reading it. 'Cause it's just usually just a bunch of technical terms thrown at you.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Like, a lot of the stuff that borderlines on that sci-fi fantasy stuff is the more, what's sometimes called quote-unquote soft sci-fi. And a lot of the quote-unquote hard sci-fi spends a lot of time explaining the science happening in the fiction. And I can see some people looking at that and going, get to the point, please. Like, honestly, I think that's one of the funniest things to me about the Murderbot books, is because, like, ostensibly, this is probably a hard sci-fi universe. But Murderbot does not give a fuck, and thus you are not given any of the details on how things work. Because Murderbot either does not know and isn't going to find out, or does not care and is also not going to find out. Martha Wells writes like an IT professional who's tired of explaining this shit to you. I mean, that's not wrong.
Oh, I guess I have read like 1984 as a science fiction, I guess. Kind of. I mean, no, it is.
Have returned from feeding the pickle. What have I missed? You talking sci-fi?
Yeah. Oof. Sorry, this demon is just really got me into hyper focus mode.
Heck yeah. Love to hear it.
Giant woman.
Yeah. Deep and Plamps explaining the very important lore of this character, and et al. Everybody go to YouTube and subscribe to the Inspectors. Their videos are terrible, but the comments are hilarious. Would have provided an example of how Lewis's character would pronounce things. You see, this mansion is haunted by ghosts. That's all I can remember. It's basically, as soon as you put him in front of a camera, would be unable to pronounce words correctly. And so would refer to ghosts and spookters and... Poltergeist. Yes. There was one... Lewis just wrote out a whole list and said them one after the other, and I just lost it. It's just...
See, this is why the emphasis matters.
Fast.
Oh, there's that winning smile.
look away for a couple minutes. I look back, and there's now a face.
The good old smile. You can trust that face.
Multiple faces.
He. So many good smiles.
Because Bear has put in yet another face, and now this tall hat-wearing entity.
They're just here to say hi.
Pickle may need egress. Pickle has egressed. She was given strokes, don't worry. It's all good. What did I miss? Exciting things. Tell me all the hot goss.
I mean, I'm sure for most of us it's too hot to be talking about hot goss.
Ooh. Ooh, may I share with the stream, Jib? Banana bread. Nice. Share. This is Jeeb's character in the same RPG, Tess. The manager of the group who really should have gotten a different job a while ago, but still hasn't. She's doing fine, she's doing great. Jeeb made the wonderful decision during both of the RPGs on holiday to play a very tired woman. That's good energy. It was Tired Woman Week. Look, Tess is the one who has to deal with the fallout of Peregrine walking up to a random woman on a college campus and saying, "You're the woman from my vision!" So, you know, she's got a lot on her plate.
And then they were immediately escorted out by security.
I'm surprised we weren't, to be honest. She's hit 40, she started this channel with a boyfriend years ago, and since then he's gotten cancelled and become a vampire, so they broke up. She wanted to quit for years, she's drinking to cope with idiots. Better.
I like how the he's been cancelled and has become a vampire are listed separately, and also that the cancelled is listed first, sort of implying that it's more of the issue than being the vampire. The vampire thing and the cancelled thing were related, but also two separate issues. Fun.
Energy vampire. No, that's Peregrine. Peregrine will happily spend several hours explaining to you how the radioactive Sasquatch is actually a cover for the Freemasons.
Hey, share plamps.
Oops, oh, Twitch is not giving me chat again. Pit crew scout. Yeah, that's a scout. This is our intern. Our intern who was very, very helpful in getting us into a morgue to examine a body and then took selfies with it. And was very instrumental in examining what was going on at a college and then immediately got high. So, good vibes. I'm gonna refresh my chat so that I can see what people are saying. Oh, my bot is also lagging behind. Let's refresh that. Ooh, Twitch is having a fun one today.
I mean, it was having a fun one on my end yesterday, so maybe it's just having a time.
Scout is perfect and 3 apples tall. Oh yeah, there was a point where we needed a hammer and a screwdriver in order to barricade windows because Ghost kept throwing people out of them. And so Scout ran through the hallways of the dorm room, shouting, "I've got $20. Has anyone got a hammer?" And it worked. And apparently Plamps has confirmed
I mean,
that would work.
as someone who works at a college with a dorm, you could have run down the hallway and said, like, I have a bag of popcorn. Does anyone have a hammer? And it doesn't even need to be that big of a bag. Like, 20-something-year-olds, who are usually the ones who are living in the dorms, are very food motivated. Oops, I don't know if that's creepier with or without the wide eyes.
Hmm.
Squish the creature's face.
I like it better, I think.
I like the depth. It's very good. Good shading. Good shading.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good question. Why is it the majority of your OCs have long faces, but when you have to draw someone with a long face, you just can't? Poor beautiful people are always getting scrunched faces. I do not know. Stretched her face right out. If you're drawing anything like the way I'm drawing, remember the middle third. Faces have a middle third. Do not forget to draw it. Okay, well that makes my next job more difficult. I was like, I am going to get, for reasons, a reference picture of a shark skeleton. And after much trying to sift through obviously fake images, I have found the Natural History Museum telling me that sharks don't have bones. So...
Nope, it's all cartilage. Which is why a lot of the time the only thing that you find as far as remains once all of the meat has either been eaten or rotted away is just the jaws.
No, Kara, this is Hollow Knight. Their jaws were originally their first ribs. That's your favourite shark fact.
Cursed. Hella cursed. Biology is stupid, I hate it.
It's clever, it can reuse things in novel ways. That's why they can throw their jaws forward, they're not attached to their skulls. Ooh. I'm imagining, like, just the shark's head comes off like Chain Chomp. Ruff, ruff, ruff. Right, so how am I going to do this then?
Just invent it. Invent the skeleton.
In Skell the Ventington. You got it. To be fair, it has license to look like a bad movie prop, so... Waiting for server response. It might just be my internet, you know. Oh, yep, there's Frame Man.
Oh, er is een netwerkfoto opgegeven. Forbidden money. No, I have ads.
It has reconnected. Frame man. Frame me a man. Ace Attorney update. Why does Miles have a dead wife montage? Because he's the dead wife. Of course. Naturellement.
It's their divorce
Naturellement.
era. It's fine.
Okay, I think I'm finished with the shadow
Yeah.
creature.
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 Now sent to dark.
Oh wow, yeah, stream just straight up died and then restarted because the bot is there again.
Yeah. Get rid of the double message. Don't need that.
Also, Oobs, I'm loving the dramatic smoke there.
Thank you.
Uh-oh, Twitch is being mean to cheap still, it looks like.
Ooh, Miss has cool shark things. Thank you.
Miss, I hate the gill situation in that diagram. It just looks horrid. I do not hate it that much. Do not worry about spoiling it. I do not have... This isn't me doing like your brain does whenever it sees spiders. It's just me going, ah, right, cursed.
I keep getting recommended. Sorry, what are you gonna say?
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking about heading out early because the day is catching up to me.
You get some rest. Thanks for showing us
Ooh.
Slayfay.
No problem. Yeah. Bye, 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 bye,
Bye, have
bye.
a lovely rest.
Everyone.
Had to completely reset the Twitch app. Wow. Functioning website. But yeah, I was I keep getting recommended on YouTube trailers for new games coming out. Cool stuff. Exciting. You love to see it. And there was one that came out recently, which was I didn't know what it was at first, so I clicked on it. And it was a top-down... Well, not top-down, it was an isometric game. Which wasn't an RPG, so that immediately caught my attention. And then I realized it was multiplayer, and it had spooky vibes. So I'm like, ooh, maybe something fun with friends. And then there was a giant spider. I was like, nope. And it's kind of fun to be like, to have fully internalized the idea of like, fun multiplayer games. Oh, it has spiders. Friends don't like those. Click off. I'm fine with spiders, but I'm not making friends look at them.
Legitimately, you can all blame... Well, you can either blame J.A.R. Tolkien, or you can blame everyone else who decided to copy his homework.
I mean, I don't think I could blame Tolkien for this one, because it was set in a modern setting. And,
yeah,
you know,
but the
spiders
whole thing
are scary
of like,
for other
oh,
reasons.
there's a giant spider, ooh, scary. That's Tolkien.
I think spiders were scary before Tolkien, so I'll let them off this once. Unless Tolkien invented arachnophobia. Then he's got a lot to answer for.
No, but I'm pretty sure that he's either the first or one of the first notable giant spider scary thing. And then, like I said, a bunch of people copied his homework afterwards, which is actually kind of funny. The fantasy reading challenge list that I put a pause on as I'm reading a few other things, but I will be getting back to. The gentleman who put it together when he was talking about the just after Tolkien era of books in it was like, there's a bunch of books I'm not putting on here because I'm not going to subject myself to a bunch of Tolkien clones, so we're just going to grab a couple highlights and move on.
I was trying to come up with like a Souls-like equivalent, but for Tolkien. And I thought, oh, it's Lord of the Rings, like ring-like. But no, that's what people are calling Souls-likes nowadays because of Elden Ring. So that doesn't work. There is no originality. It all comes back to spiders.
I mean, arguably the genre that, like, is aping after a lot of Tolkien's work is epic high fantasy. But hilariously, a lot of that focuses on the, like, elements of the Lord of the Rings that people know about, but actually weren't really the focus of the books. Because, like, it's a lot of things where it's like, oh, we're going to focus on, like, these kings and rulers and ancient lineages, and it's like, if you open up the Lord of the Rings and flip to a random page, there's a pretty good chance that there's going to be a description of people walking.
What was it from that? BDG video? Tolkien did the world a disservice for making everybody think that you needed 10,000 pages of lore to build up your fantasy world. If you want an epic high fantasy that doesn't follow Tolkien at all, try Expedition 33. No, it's a different one.
I mean, hilariously, Expedition 33 is also a pretty good example of in the genre, but doing it weird. Because it is very much got a lot of the trappings of your quote-unquote JRPG type things, but everything's just a bit wrong. in fun ways. And by fun, I mean, oh god. And yes, there aren't any spiders in Expedition 33. And to be honest, I don't remember too many creatures that were, like, skittery and spider-like either. But that also might be because that I wasn't, like, looking out for that, because it's not a thing that really sets me off. Yeah, taking the 30-year-old guy as the old man of the group to extreme lengths. Oh boy.
I never thought about it like that.
Well, because, yeah, that's... Now, granted, hilariously, even though that's sort of a JRPG staple, that's not the case in the Dragon Quest games where you have an actual party. Because in multiple Dragon Quest games, you have old men, and it's like, no, this is someone's grandpa. Literally, he is someone's grandpa, and it is important to the plot that he is someone's grandpa.
I'm someone's grandpa. I'm 27 years old.
No, he is not 27 years old. His grandkid is like 16. But yeah, in Expedition 33, it's like, okay, the 30-ish-year-old man is the old man of the group, because everyone older is dead.
Yeah, it's fun for that to be like the very first thing you learn. Of like, hey, we have explained why everyone... why this is a JRPG and everyone's young. Because that's all that's left.
Oh yeah, the Lamp Masters. Okay, yeah. I could see that being an issue with the hand thing. But they weren't like skittery, which is where my brain was immediately going for, like, is this spider-like? Because I know... Oh, which one was it? One of the FromSoft games where they had, like, essentially quote-unquote spider creatures, where it's literally just hands. Just hands skittering around.
That's Elden Ring.
There we go.
You'll be pleased to know they're still in the DLC. Oh, I need to keep playing the DLC. I forgot. I was doing a voice, Humst. Oh, an old man voice, that one. I think that's the only voice I've been doing.
Yes.
Okay, that is as good as that's gonna get, I think.
Yeah, let's see. 11 has a character who's an old man. And actually, I don't remember how old the next two oldest characters are. I don't remember if it comes up. 4, I know, has 2 old men. One of which has a wife. You get to meet her. She's kind of important to his chapter? Question mark? And he does have a young son, though I don't remember seeing much of him in that game. Uh, 6 doesn't have an old man. 10 is an MMO, so that doesn't count. 1, you only have the one character. 3, it's a bunch of teens. 3 and 9, you mostly make your own party. I'm gonna have to double check on the others. Yeah, 11 definitely has one. It's very plot important that he is an old man and someone's grandpa. Also one of the better physical attackers of the group. Up until you get, like, the last member of your party. Yeah, it's Rab. Rab's pretty cool. Each of the party members in 11 is basically is modeled after one of the classes that you can have in Dragon Quest III. And Rab is kind of the sage, but also they've mixed some martial artist in there. So he's an old man who'll just punch you in the face.
Gotta love it. Oh, that's reminded me of... No, that's annoying. We're not going to talk about that.
Be annoying.
No. We're here to chill. Do it, say it. So, on the Eurostar. Bear and I were on the Eurostar, we were coming back. We were not delayed by a deer, like we were on the way there. Things were going well. Apart from the fact I just discovered that the London Underground line that we were going to take was closed. So I had to frantically work out buses. But that was good, because that took my mind off the family we were sat opposite. Who... I don't know if you were listening, Bear. They were the sort of people I would describe as... just on the legal side of horrible. You know, I couldn't call anyone over to complain about them. Like they were listening to music without headphones, but so I probably could have. But just like they just sounded like the worst people. Like it was what I'm assuming a mother, father, son, daughter. I'm assuming that was the group, and the kids were like teenagers. And they were they were having lovely stories. They were talking about that time when Dad got so drunk on a train that he harassed a woman and she called the police and he got a fine. And so the mother got the then baby child to go to the police station to try and guilt trip the woman into dropping charges. Ah, what fun they had. I don't know. I just hated them. Just hated them. Not immediately. Because her accent was lovely. She had a lovely Bristolian accent. I was like, oh, I wouldn't mind listening to this the whole trip. That's monkey's paw. Curled immediately. They did not stop talking. And they were off.
Yeah, there's... Like, if you're going to exist in public, especially on public transport, you have to get sort of used to there being some weird shit going on. But, like, there's a difference between, like, couple walks in and it's like, okay, so you've got to... For some reason, you're using the bus and or trains and or whatever to transport a mini fridge, a toaster oven, and a chicken versus that.
And some interesting people watching, yeah. I can't remember most of what they said, but just almost every sentence I was like, oh god, you're all. The highlight was the funny harassment story for me. Very clearly delivered with the tone of, oh my god, that woman was the worst. But anyway.
Yeah, how dare someone not want to be harassed by a drunk in public?
Hat prid, everyone.
Hat prid, the straights are not okay. Toby.
It's and Toby. Because the other RPG we played at Friend Trip, Plamps ran a little session of Triangle Agency, which is what if Control and SCP, but just straight up horror comedy. And as I was flipping through the rules, there were two. You have to define your character with three things: their anomalous abilities, their job at the agency, and their sort of background. And the job of intern and the background of newborn jumped out at me, so I played October for RPGs, and it was good.
He's just a baby. They're making him work.
Yeah, they did good. They taught a sad movie organizer. What's the word? Movie festival organizer. To love sharks again. And that the public don't necessarily have to engage with sharks as systems of scary cruelty. They might actually come to watch something that isn't a horror film with sharks. Toby was doing the best one. It was a really weird thing, because up until then, October hadn't done a huge amount, because Lewis's character was busy deleting an important child in the story from reality.
Seems fine.
And blowing up an influencer's phone. There was a lot going on. But yeah, Toby was just sort of mostly doing sort of damage control in a lot of instances, while everyone else was doing important stuff. And then we got to the guy who was sort of the center of it. And everyone else in the team was sort of like arguing amongst themselves as to be like, you know, what are we going to do? Clearly there's something going on here. We've got to work out where this anomaly is and how to stop it. Should we kill this guy? Should we blow this place up? What's going on? And while that was happening, literally in real time, while Dark, Cheeb, and Lewis were all talking about this, I, as October, was off talking to Plamps as the NPC, and just ended up resolving his emotional distresses. And it was really weird to just have two completely different conversations happening at the same time, and accidentally one of them stumbles on the solution. And then a shark manifested out of some posters and exploded in Lewis's face. All Steph did was send someone out for a walk in the dunes. I forgot about that. So all your characters have like weird anomalous abilities. And Jeeb's character, girl boss Steph, another tired woman, said, okay, some stuff had happened with some influencers. We were trying to contain the recordings they'd made of the situation by exploding phones. And Jeeb's character said, you know, go over to the dunes over there by the beach. We'll come see you and sort things out later. And then promptly decided to make their walk infinitely long. So they were just walking on a repeating dune over and over again. And I believe, to this day, they are still walking. Because that happens until that character rolls for something else later. That never happened. So... yeah, until your next roll, of which there wasn't.
Yeah, they did.
October was so excited to meet these influencers. October does not know what an influencer is, but the barista told them they were interesting. And by the time they got to them, one was trapped in a loop and the other one had an exploded face. Some Magnus Archive stuff. That's not even getting into the load-bearing child skeleton. I just realised, should I be spoilering this? I don't know. This is, in theory, a game other people could play. Character's weird thing was all to do with space manipulation, which is why she could do that, yeah. October's was like objects. Like, the guy was, the film guy was lamenting that they once made a film about sharks, but the studio who was funding the film kept saying, put in scary stuff. So he had to like butcher his original draft. And make it into some sort of sensationalized scary thing. But October had this ability where they could go, wait, what's that over there? And then that thing appears over there. And so October made that thing appear, and they rolled so well they also made a crate full of cute shark toys, stuffed shark plushes appear as well. Meanwhile, Lewis was burying the skeleton of a child so that they never existed. Have to look off now. Have a good. Enjoy. I was going to say enjoy your future. That sounds ominous. Have a good. Thanks for coming. Yeah, RPGs are fun. Can you believe to learn? Telling stories with friends is a good time. Yeah, you could also go, I know a shortcut, and then be somewhere else. Telling stories with friends is a great time, yeah. But yeah, the gist of the story, I guess I've already spoiled the ending, so I might as well spoil the beginning. You ever heard of a film called Sharknado?
Yep. I believe I technically have ways of doing a movie night in the Discord so that we all get to watch Sharknado.
Yeah. Well, what if Sharknado was made out of the concept of Sharknado? So there are no sharks, but there are posters of horrible shark films that act like sharks. And skeletonize people.
There's apparently like 10 Sharknado films.
You know, yes.
Unless the title of this one being Sharknado 10th Anniversary, and this other one being Sharknado 5, and these other long lists of other things. There's like 9 Sharknado films listed here. Jesus Christ. But yeah, Kiro and I worked out some stuff, and I can share movies from my library in the Discord, so we can do a movie night/afternoon. Because it turns out, so Sharknado is made by, or was made by, a production company called The Asylum, which also makes a lot of other weird. They're famous for making movies where it's like, this is clearly trying to capitalize off of something. And that something is usually something that is currently incredibly popular at the moment. So, like, two of the ones that are on there right now are The Last Hail Mary, which is trying to capitalize on the popularity of Project Hail Mary, and a movie called, I think it's Master of the Universe, as opposed to Masters of the Universe, which is piggybacking off of the He-Man movie.
Is it a He-Man movie?
Yes, there's a He-Man movie.
They're breaking everything.
And also, one that I definitely want to show the entire group, there is a Sherlock Holmes movie that has dinosaurs, dragons, and it looks like a sea monster in it. I expect it to be really bad.
I expect it to be bad, but I'll be surprised if it's bad in a funny way. Gareth David Lloyd. Oomst.
Apparently he was one of the actors in Torchwood. And yeah, he is apparently in this movie.
He voices Solus in the Dragon Age games, apparently.
But yeah, there's also a movie on this list called Immortal Kombat, i.e. Mortal Kombat, with the numbers filed off. Predator Wastelands, going off of the Predator movie.
Have a good Jeep!
Another one called Sunday School Musical, which the image for it is very much playing off of the High School Musical movies, except it's green instead of red.
Oh, well, this is a fun way to learn about it. Apparently, this Gareth David Lloyd chap played the main character in the Red Faction film. Red Faction Origins.
Oh, there's two of these. I didn't realize. Okay, so now there's also Adventures Grimm and Adventures Grimm Time Wars, which is very clearly trying to trick people who are looking for the Avengers movies. And another movie called Atlantic Rim.
If you want another patented crispy fact, i.e. one that doesn't have enough details to actually be considered a fact, one of the earliest ships, or one of the earliest voyages explicitly designed to try and circumnavigate the Earth, one of them set sail from Spain, and I cannot remember the name of the person who did it. Well, he didn't do it because he died halfway. But apparently, finding the passage through from the bottom of South America into the Pacific Ocean, they were just incredibly happy to have gotten to the other side of this massive landmass, and it was quite calm. The waters were calm, which is why it's now called the Pacific Ocean. Because of that first trip where they just went through and were like, oh good, finally some calm water, we'll call this Pacific. And there's a patented crispy fact, because I cannot remember who, when, what, where, how, why. Just the vague gist. Actually, I'm gonna look it up now. Magellan. Yes, that one.
Who was Portuguese.
The Portuguese got into a tiff with the King of Portugal, and so went to Spain, started doing stuff there.
Which doesn't surprise me, because at the time Spain and Portugal were fighting for control over the unknown world, to the point where the Catholic Church just kind of went, fine, we'll just cut a line down, and you get half and you get the other half. And
Yeah.
no one was happy about that. There is an Animaniacs song about Magellan.
Oh yeah, that's why he wanted to do the trip around the world, was to prove that it was round, and therefore you couldn't divide it in half like that. There was no left half, right half, it connected. That's why he was doing that.
Which is really funny to me, because, like, we knew the world was round for a good 1,500 years before that.
Well, define we. Humanity is a homogeneous concept. As a homogeneous concept, yes, humanity has known about it. That doesn't mean a lot of people can't ignore it.
Even if you ignore, like, Europe just dumping a lot of its brain into the ocean and forgetting a lot of facts, the nautical mile is based off of the assumption that we've got a curved Earth. Yeah. So, like, sea navigation and noting how far you've been, how far you've traveled in sea navigation, only works if you know that the Earth is round and have an approximate idea of its circumference. Anyway. But yeah, Age of Exploration, quote unquote, has some bizarre stuff that happened. Oh, I just scrolled through more of this list. There's also, along with the Sharknadoes, there's also multiple movies here about megalodons.
Oh, the Meg, yes. I believe Lewis is enthusiastic about those. Oh, have a good miss. I missed that. I miss. Skulk well.
You know what? I'm gonna put a poll up on the Discord at some point with, like, what day/time should I host movie and which movie? Because there are some choices. I'm done with babysitting until probably sometime in August. That's interesting to me, Kiro, because knowing what I do about small children and things that they do or don't do over the summer, I almost expected it to be the other way around, where they need your help more during the summer because it's a what do we do with this child? Why is this movie called 13-13-13? Why are there two other movies called 12-12-12 and 11-11-11? That's,
Was there a 10-10-10 that they're raping off?
I mean... Jack and Melissa are frightened by their son's bizarre and violent behavior. They soon learn that it's the gateway to the apocalypse and it will happen on his birthday, 11-11-11. I mean, if they're pulling off of Number of the Beast stuff, that's a 666.
Yeah, they were too late to do 6th of June 2006. And it was 2011, we can't do that anymore. Wait. What if? I don't know how 13-13-13 works, but... There's a 999, 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 do. That's a game. It's also our emergency services now.
Okay, this 13-13-13 apparently is... For millennia, calendars have added an extra day every 4 years. In doing so, they violated the ancient Mayan calendar. Now we are in the 13th month of the 13th year of the new millennium. And the few who survive will battle a world of demons. The Mayan calendar, like the big Mayan calendar was just them going, oh, look, these elements of the solar and lunar calendars match up. And the most they would have done is had a like fun party of like, hey, look, the math worked out.
Yeah, but you can't make schlock with that kind of attitude.
And 12-12-12 is when baby Sebastian is born on 12-12-12. Everyone around him starts to die. Soon his mother realizes that her son is spawn of hell. You know, I don't think Satan cares that much about your baby being born in, like, the first third of December.
The bigger issue is having a birthday that close to Christmas.
I mean, it could be worse. My grandpa was born on December 24th.
That is closer.
What film are these?
Oh, more good faces. Or head, so far.
Apparently 12-12-12 is also known as Evilborn.
Well, if you're going to name your child something like that, that's on you. 666 times 2! Digit by digit, at least.
Released on December 4th, 2012.
1332.
Okay.
Yes.
What else came out in 2012? Or around 2012 that this is probably trying to capitalize on?
I mean, 2012. There were a lot of films based around that. The Mayan calendar.
Yeah, but it was the 13-13-13 that was referencing the Mayan calendar.
Oh, they didn't even do it for the 2012 one.
Yeah, the 2012 one is just like, oh, a baby was born on the 12th of December in 2012, and now people are dying!
Huh. Also, just a random unrelated question. How many children are born on any given day?
I don't know.
I imagine it's a fair number.
Birth rate of the population divided by 365-ish.
I just have a feeling that little baby Evilborn wasn't unique in being born on that day. Know what I mean? I don't think
Yeah,
it's
fair.
don't think it's the date that's the issue.
Oh god, Wikipedia has a longer description than the one on Hoopla. Okay. So, if this plot description is to be believed, it's not just, oh, baby is born and people start dying. It's baby is born and the baby is the one killing them. Starting with apparently the doctors who helped his mother give birth to him.
Well, that just sounds like a direct-to-video film from the 80s. Multiple sources say 360,000 babies are born worldwide each day. And they're all evil! Because numerology.
Okay, so little back of the napkin math, that means like 1,000-ish babies each day. Little under.
A 1,000 evil children. The numbers don't lie! Just the people using the numbers.
I mean, children are energy vampires and will suck your ability to do things, but usually it's not quite this permanent. But anyway, point is I have a long list of probably very bad schlock movies to pick from. I figure at the very least, movies like that are sort of entertaining to watch in a group and have everyone pick up a fork and start poking at it. There's another movie on here, Five-Headed Shark Attack, and what I'm assuming is a sequel, Six-Headed Shark Attack.
Well, it depends. Six-Headed Shark Attack may have come first, and the film ended with one being cut off. Or...
That's actually true.
Five-Headed Shark Attack was the first. A head got cut off, and two grew back, making Six-Headed Shark Attack. It's a Hydra shark.
Looks like it's through here, but it's blocked.
Apparently that trail of thought was blocked. Hide again, Cheeb.
Hi, Cheeb. I'm just going over movies I have access to that were produced by the Asylum, which is the company that brought us such lovely things like Sharknado.
Yeah, I mentioned the Sharknado. Showergood would recommend. I may have one after the stream. Sounds like a good plan.
So there's a movie here called Battle Star Wars, released in 2019, and its poster very much looks like the old Star Wars posters.
As it should.
So, know exactly what that was going for. Oh god, there's a movie here that's pretending to be Cars.
Vans?
The Pixar movie.
What's it called?
It's called Cargo.
Cargo Room.
This is getting tiresome. Amuse me. Flail around some
This one is
more.
just called Dragon.
I saw on the internet, it was like an embroidered hat, like a baseball cap. Then it just had embroidered on the front. Cargo shorts? No, cargo room. Are you alright? And I don't know why, but I just immediately had to send it to Sawyer. It's like, you're like this, snake. Which is not showing me chat anymore. God, Twitch is having a time. Like, more so than normal. Hang on, let me see if I can find that out. There it is, I remembered almost all of it wrong. Hooray!
It happens.
There. Oh no, I'm allergic to puns. Do this bit at Lewis pretty often. It is silly.
There's a movie here called Nazis at the Center of the Earth.
Oh, you get plenty like that. People love Nazi moon bases and Nazi satellites and Nazis underground and... Did you know the Nazis are hiding in the clouds? No, they're not. Plan bases in the updates. This guy will be hard to catch out in court because he's used to risking his life as an acrobat. Yes.
I mean, I think the implication here is that with a lot of the other witnesses, you can sort of intimidate them to changing their story or revealing details that they didn't mean to reveal. Meanwhile, this guy is not someone you can intimidate because you do not scare him. All things considered, I definitely prefer his gimmick over the clown's gimmick. The clown's gimmick was stupid.
Everyone's gimmick was stupid. I'd say Acro was the only, like, sensible one, but it's called Acro. I gave up trying with names. I don't know, in the first game there was a lady called Old Bag, but still.
I mean, like, I can excuse that one in universe, if only because we know, one, that's his stage name. Two, he apparently started performing at the age of 9, and no 9-year-old is coming up with a good stage name.
That's fair. But you can change it.
Yeah, actually, he's called Dingaling.
Oh, yeah. Why? Was there a... Did I miss a thing as to why he's called Dingling?
That's just his last name.
Yeah, but like from the writer's perspective.
Oh, okay. That I actually don't know. I mostly figure it's just silly, because, like, Max Galactica's real name was Billy Bob Thornton, or something like that. Or, no, Billy Bob Johns? Something like that.
Yeah. A perfectly reasonable name. And not something you should get upset about. Compared to Dingling. I just thought there might be a reason. I guess not.
Let's see.
Also, does that mean Ben Ventriloquist? Was that a stage name? Did we ever ask? I don't think so. They gave that as their name in court, didn't they?
Okay, well, there's an explanation given here, but I don't know if I trust it. So because all of the names have, like, puns in a lot of languages, the Ace Attorney wiki actually goes through, like, what the pun either is or could potentially be for each of the characters, much like the name origins with Pokemon on Bulbapedia. And Dingling is likely a combination of the Ringling Brothers Circus and Dangling, reference to his job as an acrobat. Now, the Ringling Brothers Circus bit I buy. I buy that reference. But the D coming from Dangling, I'm not quite sure if I buy.
If it was mentioned in the game, sure. But, well, not the end of the world.
Yeah.
If that was the biggest issue I had with that case, we'd be fine.
Well, and I mean, part of the problem might also be, like, I don't even know if you UK folks know what the Ringling Brothers Circus is.
Nope.
I don't know if a lot of people these days know what the Ringling Brothers Circus is. Because at this point, I think technically a version of the Ringling Brothers Circus is still going, but it's definitely not as well known anymore. Anyway.
I've never heard of it, so...
Yeah, which, like I said, might be another issue. It's a reference to a cultural thing that is not from your side of the pond. So on your end, it's just this is a silly name.
Oh, I've heard of Barnum and Bailey.
Yeah, Ringling Brothers Circus was founded in the United States in the 1880s, I think. Been around for like 140 years or so. And yes, some good faces.
I'm just gonna, you know, I'm possibly violating a little bit of privacy here, for which I apologize if I am. But I am just gonna read out something Bear wrote just before the stream. Today's drawing might be a mess. Most probably. Possibly, definitely. gestures towards all the good faces. Not such a great prediction. No, they're great. What are you talking about? No,
I mean, the only reason why these sketches look messy is because they're obviously still sketches and not finished products.
better than any sketch I've ever done. So, yeah, Bez, I imagine probably in that bit of the graph where your eyes are stronger than your hands, so you're seeing all of the problems, rather than the fact that you made a really good sketch. Both in drawing and writing. Ooh, bear rights. Someone who has bullied Bear daily for the past week. Ooh, heck yeah. Bear works very hard. Hooray for friendly bullying.
We'll get out the sticks and poke each other.
Ah yes, the work stick. Free bullying services? Well, that's an offer I can't turn down. Because you won't let me.
It came with your friendship subscription.
Friendship subscription. What a weird combination of words. Some cases you reward by giving silly OC thoughts? I'm very intrigued by the ideas that you suggested in the mushroom earlier today. Ah, more faces. Ooh, I didn't see that one. You're making them too quick, I didn't even see him. Also, Ragdoll, I'd like you to know that I did take the bark versus bite chart that you posted and put all my characters in there. And I will doodle them
Nice.
in situ. Every box has at least one. Are there people in that mushroom? I need to post more stuff there as I come up with it. Throw around ideas. But also, anyone else wants to throw things in there? It's exciting. Get good glimpses of Plamp characters. Oh, also, another thank you to Plamp for pointing out today that the link below my stream to my Ko-fi did not go to my Ko-fi. So that's fixed now.
Whoops.
Whoops. My Ko-fi used to be under my actual name rather than Crispy Parsnips. And when I changed it, I did not change the link below, and someone else took that. And Plamps was like, hey, so I noticed a problem. You don't like skydiving, right? Why does this go to a thing with this someone skydiving? I'm very self-conscious about Mushroom Takeover. No, no, no! It's there for share. Do not concern yourself with proportion. Done for today. Done very good stuff. Many very goods. Explains why you struggled finding my Ko-fi for postage money during Christmas. Probably, yeah. Apologies. But thank you. But yeah.
I know where his Kofi is.
It's kofi.tv/Twitch plus crispy parsnips. And on that note, swoosh, I've swooshed away. Thank you for coming. Thanks for doodling and chatting and having chill times. Hope you all had a nice. The stream will return. Oops. Okay. Stream will return Tuesday with Ace Attorney, the final story of the second game. I assume maybe there'll be another one afterwards, a surprise bonus one. Stream will return. You can't get out of it that easily.
I don't think this one has a bonus one. The first one got a bonus one when it got ported up from Game Boy Advance to DS, but I don't think the second one did.
Yeah. I remember people pointing out when I was playing the first one that this is just an extra one that goes on quite a while. So the implication that that wouldn't happen for later games was, or at least the inference I took. Goodbye to this, and goodbye to everyone else as well. Oh yeah, the forensic stuff, forgot about that. So yeah, more Ace Attorney, Tuesday, Wednesday. A Patreon update tomorrow, outlining some bits and bobs, which will be half explaining things to supporters and half me working them out myself. You're gonna be rubber ducks, hope you don't mind. And I'm gonna get back to work, and so on and so forth, posting things, making stuff, comics, doodles, etc. It's the etc. that I'm interested in. But I'm being a rubber duck. Rubber ducking is great. Because A, you can help people, and B, you just get to listen to friends talk. I love listening to friends talk. If indeed. If it is fun times. I will enjoy this stream only if. iPad keyboard, don't worry, it's all good. Yeah. Friends talking is great. Big fan. More friends should talk about things. I would like to hear, thank you. But that's what I'll be doing tomorrow. In writing form. Also, any friends who would like to see Patreon update stuff in advance before it goes to general public, do let me know. Friends get special discount, i.e. I will stick it in your face and go, look, it's the thing. Did that make any sense? Probably not. There was an idea in my head as to what I was trying to explain, but a mystery thing? Not really. I do the Patreon updates every 2 weeks, and the week in between it goes live to public. But if friends want to see it in advance, let me know. There'll be changes. There is a mystery thing, and there will be changes, but we'll see how that goes. Maybe, possibly. I'm still working it out. There won't be that big a change. We'll see some fun things returning and some new things coming along. Did I mention I tried to make a flute yesterday? Kind of worked. The measurements were terrible. Flute! It kind of sounds like a flute. It only has one octave of
Technically made
range.
flute in pattern class that I took.
This one's made of pipe. Sort of sounds roughly like a flute. Hang on. So it sounds like a flute. It's just actually trying to play it.
Ooh, that is squeaky as all hell.
Yeah, it's the amount of finagling I had to do to fix the measurements that were given to me. It's basically unplayable. But next time, I'll know how to do it better. Anywho. Sorry, that's just been on my to-do list for like 3 years. Just had this piece of pipe laying around going, you're going to be a flute one day. That was kind of right. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. It is.
You never said it was going to be a good flute.
Yes, true. More attempts must be made to make a good flute. But until then, and probably before then, hopefully before then, stream's coming up. New week ahead, Patreon update, etc., etc., etc. Have a good and have a lovely. Look after yourselves. Goodbye, bye, 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 bye. Bye.
Bye.